Oh my, many, many years ago when I was 22.
Wow.
So that has been many years. But it's been the only job I've ever had, really, and I just love it every single day. Well, I was very fortunate when I was very young again. I had just gotten out of college, and my first job was in an architect's office, and not as a designer, because I thought, well, I have to learn, and so I was there kind of as an assistant secretary, and I always got my work done and would go over and lurk around their desks and look over their shoulders. In those days, there were drafting tables. There were no computers, so they taught me how to read. Well, I knew how to read plans, but they taught me all about, where I watched what they were doing. Mm-hmm. And then every once in a while, they'd say, well, we're doing this bank, why don't you pick the colors of it, all the tiles and all this? So I did, and then the next one, and then they did a medical building. And each doctor got to pick wallpaper and carpet. So they sent me to meet with the doctors. Well, I was just in heaven. Then one doctor said, well, I need furniture too. So I came back and I said, oh, I'll be right back. And so that kind of, I figured out how to do it, let me say that. And they were very happy, and so then the next one came, and so I kind of went out on my own that way. Well, I think to be happily surprised when I put something together that really works, and I think my client would like, and I think is right for the project. And there's just so many possibilities in what I do. It could be 100 different colors, it could be different combinations of colors, but when I kind of put it all together and play, as I say, and it all comes together, I love that. Well, I have many, but I think life every day is my passion. And one thing I do, even in my work, is giving back. That's something that's really important to me. And I think that nurtures your soul in whatever way you're giving back, whether you're giving clothes for people in the hurricane, or whether you're giving money for money for children that need help. It's always something that makes you feel good. So it's a little bit selfish, but it is a passion, and I think you learn from it too. Well, I'm on the board of TACA, which is, everybody knows TACA, it's an arts group, and the Dallas Symphony, and of course the Water Tower Theater here in Addison, and the SMU School of the Arts, and the Aging Mind Foundation, which is a wonderful group that is raising funds for research for Alzheimer's and other dementias. And then DePaul University, which is a big cause for both Don and myself. The ones that we go to are part of the boards and things that I'm already on, and so we're very supportive, and they're very different. The Cattle Barons Ball is one that we always look forward to, and we take a lot of people in our office, so they look forward to it, dressing up and having a good time and listening to country music. And the Dallas Symphony Ball is always fun. This year they had Yo-Yo Ma as the guest, and he was fabulous, fabulous. And then the Crow Museum this year had one called the Jade Ball, and that's the first time they have had a gala, and it was just wonderful too. And then we support 2x2, and I go to the Crystal Charity Luncheon, which is a children's charity in Kidney, Texas, and I'm on the board of the American Red Cross, which I admire so much what they do. And the Water Tower Theater has a gala, and we have it here in Addison someplace, and It's kind of different because there are always guests that are connected or related to the theater. So that's always fun to go. For kind of our hobby, and it is our downtime really, we go on hiking and bicycling trips all over the world. And we just did one where a few weeks ago, where we started in Portugal and hiked all the way down through northern Spain, and even at times we hiked on the Camino de Compostela, which was just fabulous to even say you were there, you know. And we ended in the cathedral in Santiago. So we do that. We work hard, and then they're hard too, but it's a different kind of hard. Well, I think one of my biggest milestones was meeting my husband, Don, and moving to Texas. I moved here because he lived here when I met him, and I have just loved being a Dallasite. Well, look out the window. This is, having this site is very unusual. First of all, there aren't relatively many homes in Addison. It's mostly businesses. And so to live here and be so close to the toll road, it's just fabulous. And our offices are right on Arapahoe and the toll road, so we don't have a commute. And so I feel like we're really blessed. Well, the Water Tower Theater, for sure, for sure. We've both been involved there, and it's just a gem. I have some designers that I like, but I'm not really focused on any one. I might buy a jacket of one and a skirt from another, and I just like to mix it up and have kind of my style, let me say that. And I call it edgy sophistication. I like to do things that I love, unusual color combinations and unsuspected color combinations. I do that in my work, and I might make a presentation and they say, oh, can't do that. But then when it's done and it isn't the way it is on little tiny pieces of fabric. So I love that. And I kind of am my own stylist because it's kind of worked. and I'm not really a fashion victim, let me say that. Well, I think about whether I am going to be in my office all day working on a design or working on a presentation, and then I probably wear slacks and flats and a sweater. Okay. But if I'm going to meet a client or go to a function or something like that, then I would wear something dressier. And let's see, I like very bright colors, and so I like bright orange with red, mixed those two together, and then like these colors are kind of unusual. Well, not my style so much. I might wear a red jacket that I didn't wear otherwise, but I don't wear reindeer horns or anything. You know? Yeah. Some people do. Well, always a fabulous wreath on the door, some kind of decor on the door. And I love some of the real unusual ones that they're making these days. And table decorations are always great. Well, I don't think so. I think it's just a time to gather your friends and family especially, and I try to have some live music. And being involved with the arts as much as I am, I have contacts with a wonderful cellist, and she comes and sits in this corner and plays, and a trio that play, and that really is kind of a surprise at Christmas too. And they play Christmas carols, so it adds to the ambience. Call the caterer. I'm blessed to be able to afford with the event people a caterer, because with that, there's usually 60 people or 50 people, or sometimes, depending on who it is, you know. And I certainly don't have time to prepare bites for that many people or to serve it, and so it's really flawless that way when it's all taken care of, and they just come and they take over my kitchen, and I sit on my velvet pillow until guests come, and it's really wonderful.